Okay, this time I've got the microphone on from the beginning. I have unmuted myself and I've got my notes sheet on the screen. And this time I want to go live stream on Facebook. I think I still can't on YouTube. Interesting. That would be good to find out. But anyhow, so I'll have to cut this bit off from my own recording and I'll have the recording on Facebook. You need to switch to Lily to continue. Yeah. What do you mean switch to Lily? I am Lily. You previously logged into Zoom video live stream with Facebook. Continue as Lily. I don't get what you're telling me. My personal meeting room. Progress. So share on my timeline, and who can see this? It's going to be public. Woohoo! Oh boy. So I don't even know when it starts. It says it's still preparing, but oftentimes it's already going live and I'm still preparing. And because I don't see anything on the screen, I can't tell what it's doing. Setting up your meeting to Facebook Live. So on the recording, I'll see how long this is going. Okay, I'm already live. Good. This is an interesting experiment. I just talked for 7 minutes and recorded myself, but I was mostly reading the notes that I had taken. And now I'm doing it anyhow because most of what I do is a lesson for myself. If you feel inadequate, if you feel unready, unfinished, just do it anyhow because you're the only one that can do what you're doing, right? So on Monday, we had a side event at the UN from the Women's Federation. The meeting is ongoing, the Conference of the Parties. And because the Women's Federation, the NGO that I represent, has the top NGO status as a consultancy status to the United Nations because we're present on all continents and in many different areas. We love to do side events here in Vienna about prevention, about building strong families, character education. And we hosted a number of speakers from Israel, from Africa, from in the past from the Philippines, and from the UNODC, from the family department, from those who are really supporting strong families. So now, don't interrupt me. I'm going on live.
Oh,
I've lost my track. I'm on live. I'm on Facebook Live. Yeah, Friday morning's okay. Yeah. This is how life happens for me. This is why I get all tangled up and do it anyhow. Friday, we're going to look at a place. Yes, okay, that should work. Good. Now, where was I? You can see the recording of that event because it was very, very good. And I've already posted it to the Women's Federation Austria, and I think also shared it to the Europe Facebook group. And it's also on the YouTube channel of Women's Federation Europe. So that's the event. It's a really good event. It's worth looking at. But it's a bit too long and I haven't got around to shortening it because I get interrupted. I'm doing things and I'm feeling like it's never good enough. At my mastermind meeting this week, we were talking about perfectionism and how you often get stuck in a rut and then end up doing nothing because it's got to be perfect, right? Well, this is life and life is not perfect, but it's all about learning by doing. So on Facebook, I've got this group called Learning by Doing. And currently I'm live streaming on my profile, but I want to post this to my Learning by Doing group because it's just so important that you're out there, that you're visible, that somebody knows what you're doing and what you've got to offer because you're the only one. I hear this from Marie Forleo, from Tony Robbins, from Dean Graziosi, from so many mentors who are really pushing it. You're the only one. You're the only one that can share what you've got. Yeah, well, I I'm all over the place with, well, what is it that I'm really got to share? And I believe in a lot of the stuff that they say, and then lack the confidence or the security, or perfectionism jumps in, and I think, oh, I can't do that because I'm haven't got it all figured out yet. Well, guess what? You figure it out by doing it. Yeah, that's what learning by doing is all about. So what I was going to tell you about was the importance of mentoring, the mastermind groups. This week I met for the first time with my mastermind buddies that I've been meeting with online for 3 years. So we had an in-person meeting, and I posted that photo to Facebook. We had our first in-person meeting, the three of us together. And I love the meetings that we have. Every Tuesday morning, we meet together and we say our mastermind pledge. And that's something that I got from Bob Proctor, and he got it from Earl Nightingale. And I really recommend that you have some sort of a guideline, some sort of a pledge that helps you to center, to come to focus on what's really important, what you really want, what you believe, and where you're going. And in our mastermind meeting, we start off with each one just shares their wins. So it's a question of focusing on what went well. One thing that I can be grateful for. It's a matter of training your mindset. So, oh, I was in hospital and my legs are still sore, and I haven't lost any weight, and the kids haven't been home, and blah blah blah. All of the negativity. How to turn it around, to find something to be grateful for, and to focus on that one thing that was good, that you win. So for me, the win for this past week was, wow, we had our in-person meeting with our masterminds. And apart from that, every week we're meeting together. And sometimes I really struggle to find that one thing that I can talk about and claim to be my win. And it requires me to focus and to think and to reflect on my day and my week. And I mentioned to my mastermind buddy group that I've been writing annual reports of what I've been doing for the year, and I really feel this need to do that type of reflection. The best is the daily reflection. If you're journaling and you're writing out what you're really grateful for, or what you've experienced, and focus on the positive things, because they're the things that you're going to reinforce. If you keep writing, there was a time after my knee operations 4 years ago that I started a blog about my recovery, and the focus was on the pain, on the operation, and the memories of the different things. And I thought it was a good idea at the time, but I've realize in the meantime it's better to focus on what you really want, not on what you don't want. Focus on where you're going and how all the good things have really worked out. And then the wishes, the next phase we go through, and we give ourselves about 7 minutes each to discuss our wishes. But in the mastermind pledge, we pledge that we believe that our mastermind group, and you can replace mastermind with God, the universe, positive energy, anything you like that represents positivity, that you know that the mastermind will give you what you need and support you to fulfill your wishes. And if you manage to express something like that, that you know that you're going to get what you really want, and then you express what you really want. Joe Dispenza, Divine Principle, Karma, meditation. There are so many, hypnotism, so many scientific and esoteric and spiritual groups and theories and ideas that just reinforce and say exactly the same thing. Focus on what you want, clarify what you want, and you will manifest it. You will create it. You make it happen, right? Your wishes. And the final thing, we do one third round, everybody in the group, with the commitments. What and that is important, because that's where you are saying, I'm going to fulfill my own portion of responsibility in order to achieve those goals that I have made. Oh, now this time I forgot my timer, so I'm here and I should be able to see somewhere on my. I don't even see my Zoom meeting. Wow, boy, this is really a different situation for me. So it looks like I've already gone over time. So I've covered nearly everything that I wanted to, and I've got draft version of this on my. I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel, to my Oz Lily YouTube channel, because it's the work in progress where I never feel good enough. It's always a work in progress. And if you keep beating yourself up and you're never good enough and then don't do anything, it's a bit useless. If you've beaten yourself up, it's so important then to pick yourself up, get up, and just do it anyhow. So, what I wrote, my final note in my message, because I ended up, after having my whole text, I wrote it. I deleted a lot of it and just kept bits in there. And the last bit is just start and keep going. Yes, let's do it together, and learning by doing.